What's up, y'all? This is my brother's Dipper. I stopped at the Walmart gas station last night when I got out of work so I could pick up a roll of Copenhagen Natty. I get there and she's ringing up my roll and I'm looking behind the counter and something catches my eye. I see the letters LACK on this one roll of dip. It's Copenhagen. I was like, is that Copenhagen Black? And she's like, yeah. You want some of that instead? I'm like, hell yeah. I haven't had that shit in ages. I thought it was discontinued here in Michigan. And she's all like, well, no, we still sell it. The expiration date is April 13th, 2014. Holy shit, that was just a total mind blower for me. I wasn't even expecting that. So, yeah, I just picked up a roll of it. Copenhagen Black, sure enough. Thought it was Copenhagen Natty from a distance there, but turns out it was Copenhagen Black. So we're going to pack us a lip, and I'm going to talk about this dip a bit and kind of compare it to another dip that I've had. It's very moist. Yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, Copenhagen Black. It's kind of a bourbon flavor. Kind of has a bourbon flavor to it. Reminds me of a Cope whiskey blend, which I did in my last video. It's kind of it's got a whiskey flavor to it, but it's not like whiskey blend exactly. It's more of a bourbon flavor, like I said, but yeah, it's good shit. I texted my buddy last night and I sent him a picture of it, and he was all like to me, "Where'd you get that?" And I was like to him, "Walmart gas station." Typical response. He was immediately wondering where I got it from and what I was doing, and probably wanted a pinch. And I was like, I just got home from work and I'm kind of just chilling. He's all like, well, you want to go to a casino? And I'm like, sure. He's like, you got $5 I could borrow for gas? I'm like, sure. So we drive up there and we're going through the casino and just kind of walking around and bullshitting and trying the different slots, and I didn't do too good. I'm not gonna lie. I don't usually do too good when I gamble. I lost quite a bit of money, and we decided, since we were both broke, that we were just gonna go drive around Mount Pleasant and see what the hell there was to do. So we walk into Mount Pleasant Myers. Now, Mount Pleasant Myers kind of reminds me of the Bay City Myers, the way that's set up. They're very similar, the two of them. And we're just a bunch of crazy fucks. We like to walk into different Myers because we work there, and we just walk into different stores and see how they're set up, and the people that work there are just kind of remind us of other people that we work with, and it's funny as hell. But yeah, we walk around there for a little bit, and then we decide to leave and go back home. And we're driving on the way back, and some guy pulls up to us in this big van. It says Mount Pleasant and Traverse City on the side of it. I'm like, what the fuck does Traverse City have to do with Mount Pleasant? So I decided to roll my window down, and I was going to ask the guy, and he has his window rolled down, and he's bumping to like Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball or some shit. He's bobbing his head back and forth, and I start looking up at him, and before I know it, I'm bobbing my head back and forth too. I'm like, hell yeah, man, blast that shit, brother. And so we pull off, and we decide to start heading back, and we get lost. Somehow we got turned around or some shit, and we're headed towards Claire. And I'm like to Russell, well, you got your GPS with you? He's like, yeah, but I need to fill up because the amount of gas that I got in it right now isn't going to get us back. So we stop at the gas station, and he asks the lady how to get back to Midland, and she tells him, yeah, just keep going straight and take a right on US 10, and it should get you right back there. And so he puts his GPS in, and now the thing about GPS is they're annoying as hell. It's always the same woman's voice, and she's always like, bear left on US 10, or some bullshit like that. So we get to US 10, and he turns it off because we both know it's getting annoying and it's pissing the hell out of both of us. So we're on the right track now, and I just got on Bottleneck's new CD, and we're testing out his subs and everything, and we're bumping that shit, and it's sounding good and everything, and we get back to the house, and everything's good, and I give him another pinch, and he actually gave me that coupon, and I haven't used it yet, but it's like $1 off any can of Grizzly, so I think I might use that on a can of Wide Cut or something. I don't really dip that much Grizzly anymore. But yeah, my buddy's in boot camp. I've been writing back and forth to him, and he looks a lot different from the pictures that I've seen of him. He looks like he's getting a lot more beefed up, and it's just he's told me some shit, some pretty messed up shit about what goes on in there. Apparently there's this one kid who shits his pants every day and talks about masturbating all the time. I just kind of laugh at that shit. And the recent letter that I sent him, I didn't put his last name on the envelope, and his drill instructor apparently got on him about it. He's all like, "Who is Austin A? Who is Private Austin A?" And he's all like, "That's me, sir." He's like, "Who's John Arnold?" I'm like, He's like, "That's my buddy from back home." And he's all like, "Well, he must have drank a lot because his handwriting looks like shit and he didn't put your last name." I just about died laughing when I read his last letter about that. But the last video I did was on Cope Whiskey Blend, and they're pretty much two of the same. A little bit of difference, in taste. Not very much, but I never thought that I'd find Cope Black again, considering the fact that I thought it was only a limited time offer here in Michigan, and every place that I've looked since I haven't found it again. But I haven't had it in ages, and I gotta say it still has that great taste to it, and I'm probably gonna miss it a lot if they cancel it out again. But that might have been the only place that was still selling it, but they only had one roll left, so I don't know if I go back in there and I find another roll, but this is my brother's Dipper. I'm signing out. Dip, pack, spit, or pack, dip, spit.